Good morning, Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears friends. This is Jennifer here this morning, and I am currently at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. And I'm standing out right in front of the Grand Destino Tower. Ooh, let me see if I can get, it's a little bright again, but I'm here at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. I'm standing out front of the Grand Destino Tower. I figured this would be a nice location to start a tour through the resort today. It's a fairly large resort, several different areas of where rooms are located. The tower is fairly new. It opened about a couple of years ago now, so this is the newest part of the resort, and so I'll walk through. I'll give you a feel for what to expect. If you are to stay here, it's gorgeous. We are staying here for 5 nights. We've got 2 nights in the casitas right now, and then today we're going to move on over to a room in the tower for 3 nights. We made some changes to our reservation because of some wonderful things happening around Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration. And so of course that gave us the opportunity to stay in 2 different rooms. So it's been a lot of fun, but you don't want to see me. You'd like to see the resort. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started actually in the Grand Destino Tower. Again, it's absolutely gorgeous. And if there are certain things that you would like to see, please let me know. Go ahead and ask in the chat. When I'm outside, sometimes it's really bright to see what might be asked in the chat, but inside or in the shaded areas, it's not a problem at all. So welcome to Coronado Springs. And we have had just a few very, very lovely weather days. We're here for, again, Disney World's 50th anniversary. Magic Kingdom opened on October 1st, 1971. And so tomorrow is Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary, but of course, in true Disney fashion, more than Magic Kingdom is celebrating. The entire resort is celebrating, which is just amazing. I can't wait to see even more. We had the benefit of enjoying a preview at the Ratatouille ride in Epcot, the new Ratatouille ride that is the same as the one in Disneyland Paris. Absolutely adorable, totally worth it. It will have a virtual queue starting tomorrow when it opens to the general public. So keep an eye on that. And I will also post a video. I was able to get a great video one of the times we went through the line. And so I'll be posting a video in the not so distant future. All right. Well, welcome to the Grand Destino Tower. I'm gonna go slow now that we're up here at the tower, because this building is gorgeous. It is clearly very Gaudi inspired with the arches. There are parts of it that remind me of the Sagrada Familia, and then there are some benches out back that remind me, they're reminiscent of Park Güell in Barcelona. So let's head on in. Morning. And I wish I could transport you here with me. The scent is just amazing. As you might be aware, Coronado Springs Resort here at Disney has been a convention resort for a long time. So there's also a very large convention wing that I will point out. I won't head down in that direction today. But it's just, there's something for everyone here in this space. So I can't wait to share it with you. But I do have to just point out this lovely seating area. Of course, there are plugs and charging stations. It's a nice workspace. Again, plenty of seating. And then if you need to go to the front desk for any reason, it's just here on the other side of the entry. We always do online check-in and then get our rooms via text or via the app. So we don't usually head on over to the front desk, but boy, oh boy, take a look at this. Just absolutely stunning. And then their Bell Services desk is actually outside. All right, so we're gonna head on downstairs. Very lovely seating area. I've already started my mornings here. A couple of days, well, the 2 of the days that we've been here before so far, because this is the Barcelona Lounge here in the lobby. In the morning, it is a coffee bar, and in the evening, they have cocktails. And again, look at this beautiful space. Good morning. So I'm going to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. There are several grab and go stations throughout. This is the only one so far that I've seen that has things like overnight oats, hard-boiled eggs, but otherwise fruit and yogurt, hummus, sandwiches, salads tend to be available in most of the spaces. And the art is just beautiful. See if there's anyone in the elevator lobby. So something that I find very interesting about the elevators here in the tower are that you select your location before getting into the elevator. And then when you're inside the elevator, there aren't number buttons. And so it delivers you to where you said you were planning to go. But you don't do that when you're in the elevator. You do it when you're outside of it before it even comes to you. So we are going to walk through. I could walk outside too. I'll come back around and I think end over here so you can see more of what's outside. But I want to go ahead and give you an idea of what to expect. Just walking inside to the food areas. There's some nice seating areas out there. There's Three Bridges Bar and Grill, so we will walk in that direction. That is only open from 4:30 until midnight. And so there are lots of evening dining selections here. Tonight we are going to be enjoying dinner at Toledo, which is at the top of the tower. And we'll probably grab drinks at the Dahlia Lounge up there as well. So keep an eye on our Instagram page, on our Facebook page, if you'd like to see some pictures and notes about our experience at Toledo Tapas and Steakhouse. And I just think this place is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Before the tower was built, this is where the check-in was located for Coronado Springs. And it has since been transformed into, again, another lovely seating and work station area. And so if you are ever here for a convention, lots of spaces for you, but there's lots available for families as well. just a huge playground by the dig site pool, the main feature pool. So we'll walk over there in a little bit. And of course, I can never get enough of the gift shops. So we'll take a quick walk into the gift shop. I feel like it's pretty sparse right now. I've been in here before when they've had a lot more merchandise. But what they do have is really nice still. And of course, I really like the resort branded merchandise. So I'm sure I will be leaving with a t-shirt at some point from this trip. One thing that I like to point out is that all Disney World resorts do have a section with some items, sundries that you might be looking for, like sunscreen, but also the very important Tylenol, Advil, all that good stuff that you can sometimes forget. Good, how are you?
Anything we can help you with?
No, I'm just taking a walk around.
Seeing all the fun stuff that we're doing now.
Right. Oh my gosh, so much fun stuff going on. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And plenty of walking. Every day, everywhere. But yeah, so lots of fun goodies in the gift shop. Of course, ears. If you forget your ears or need to buy some, you will always find them in the resorts. And it looks like this little grab and go Cafe Rick's next door is pretty busy. But I am just gonna pop in real quick to give you an idea of what to expect. This is only open, I believe in the mornings. It is, I don't know if you can see that, it says 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And again, it's just grab and go. But they have some of the biggest donuts and pastries I have ever seen. And really the prices are the same as what you would pay on Disney World property for some of these smaller items. So look at the size of those. It's crazy. Of course, some grab and go sandwiches. They also have gelato here. And then a few additional grab and go items. There's a place for your refillable mugs. And then a checkout. So a nice, easy, early morning, early afternoon place to grab a snack. And then there are more food options down here. But before I head on in, I want to point out a couple of things. So just right here is the Rick's Sports Grill, or Sports Bar and Grill. And it's pretty busy. This is open a good part of the day. It's just a nice restaurant. Nice place to sit down, grab a bite to eat. Or if you don't necessarily want a server, if you want more grab and go items, the El Mercado food area has grab and go. And then directly to my left is the convention area, which is huge. Again, I'm not gonna walk down there, but I wanted to give you a feel for what that looks like. So the El Mercado does not have food to go. I mean, they don't have food that you order and pick up. It's all to go items. So it's pre-prepared items. At breakfast, they have a breakfast bowl. They've got Mickey waffles, of course, pancakes, a couple of different sandwiches, but they're prepared and they're out. And then you just grab them and head to the register. That's the same thing for lunch and dinner as well. So you can kind of get a feel for what to expect. But it's nice, quick. There are also some great pastries on the end there. And then they always have sandwiches, salads. There's a tuna wrap. I've been eating a lot of hummus and veggies. We love hummus in my family. Some grab-and-go beverages. So, got some easy, quick items here at El Mercado. And then down at the very end, we have the Maya Grill. And the Maya Grill is also open for dinner. It says right now Sunday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Ooh, they're doing some cleaning out here, so I'm gonna walk past pretty quickly. And now we are outside. We can get a nice view of the tower from here. Give you an idea of where we are. So we entered through the tower and then went through, took a left for all the shopping and food items. And now I'm out here looking at the resort. Disney's Coronado Springs Resort has basically 4 different areas for rooms. So you've got the tower. So if you enter and you're staying in the tower, that's right where you'll be dropped off. To the right of the tower, going, where are we going? Clockwise. That's the cabanas section. Just beyond the cabanas, we've got the dig site pool. And then if you keep going around on the other side of the Three Bridges Bar and Grill over here, there's the Ranchos section. And then as we continue, I guess I should say counterclockwise. Boy, it's early. It's been a long trip already. These are the casitas. And then the casitas go back around to the tower. So several years ago, before Three Bridges was built, before the tower was built, I feel like it would have been much longer of a walk to get around the resort, but for as large as this resort is, I feel like everything is incredibly easily accessible. Right now we're in Casitas Building 4, which is in that general direction. Took the bridges right over to the main pool yesterday. Everything is very quick to get around. But also, if you're looking to get some exercise, this is the only moderate resort at Disney World that has a fitness center. And so you've got that available to you. And also, if you just are looking for a running path, you run around the outside of the parking lot area, that's a good distance. Or if you are running on the inside around the cabanas and the ranchos and the casitas, you're going to get, a nice running path too. So great place to get exercise. I get plenty of steps when I'm at Disney. So if I'm not here for a race weekend, I'm not otherwise running or getting in a different workout. So I'm going to pop on over to give you an idea of what to expect. Again, this is the outside of the building. It's got a full name. It's Villa del Lago Three Bridges Bar and Grill. But if you're looking at it on the app or looking to do a mobile order, then it's Three Bridges Bar and Grill is what you're looking at there. But it's got some lovely, comfy seating areas. And it reminds me of Geyser Point at Copper Creek, Boulder Ridge, Wilderness Lodge, only bigger. where it's got some nice, comfortable loungy seating. You can't make reservations, it's a walk-up only, but you can order to go if you'd like to order to go. And again, it's open 4:30 to midnight right now. So nice evening location. Another nice thing about Coronado Springs Resort, being a larger, moderate resort, is that you have the main feature pool, but then each of the areas with rooms also have their own quiet pools. And if you're not familiar with that terminology at Disney, it means that the main feature pool is going to have all of your activities. They play music during the day. They've got some fun stuff going on. The quiet pools don't necessarily mean that you have to be quiet. They just mean that they're not going to have a DJ there. They won't have a bunch of pool activities. You can just hang out in the water. The feature pools at the moderate resorts and deluxe resorts at Disney World also have hot tubs and pool slides. All of the feature pools at Disney World also will have a bar, but the moderates and deluxes have food options as well. Somewhat limited, but there are food options at the pools. So we're gonna head on over to the dig site pool. I believe that it doesn't quite open for a little bit here. I don't think it opens until 10, and I'm not sure if we're there yet. Nope, we're only at about 9:30 or so. But I can give you a feel for the pool area without walking in. The pool side's pretty fun. Went on it yesterday. I love me a good pool slide. But this one, you absolutely have to get wet. There's a little waterfall that you are sliding under, so you can't go on this slide and not get your head all wet. And one of my kiddos was so excited to see that they also have a really nice sand volleyball area over here. And so if you're looking for sand volleyball, here you go. Of course, I learned the hard way that I need to remind her if she plays sand volleyball to take off her shoes before she gets in the room, lest we have sand all over the floor. So there's that. So here you go. This is the dig site pool. Pool slide is over to the far right. And before I get that far, wanted to point out some of the fun recreation activities that are available here. So they do have fishing, bicycle rentals, arts and crafts, and a little bummed the arts and crafts look so fun. So they've got painting on Friday afternoons, Spanish mosaic art on Saturday, but we are booked up because tomorrow is Friday and tomorrow is Disney World's 50th anniversary. So we will be in Magic Kingdom all day. And then the next day we are headed to Epcot. So we're gonna miss, unfortunately, some of those fun art activities. So we'll just have to come back. So again, not quite open yet, maybe about another 25 minutes or so. Ooh. The sun is exactly the wrong spot, but just to give you an idea of what to expect for food. Some simple options, but everything that you need at the pool. And then, of course, there's an arcade as well. When the pool's open, the quick service area is also where they have the refillable refill stations for the refillable resort mugs. And here is the playground. And again, it's a good sized playground. My kids would have been all about this about 5 or 6 years ago. Now they just sleep in. But yeah, an adorable play area. Lots of great shade. And really something for everyone. It really feels like it's going to be a pretty warm day today. When we got here, I was talking to some folks who work in horticulture, and they said that this is the first week that they've had since the summer where it hasn't been quite as hot, quite as humid, quite as wet, and so they were pretty excited. I said when you work outside all day, every day, here, you really look forward to the fall weather. And I believe it. We love our visits to Disney in the summer, but we don't spend as much time outside, I think, as they do. We certainly spend a lot more time in the pool when we're here for our summer visits. But it feels like it's going to be a fairly warm one today. So I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't actually walk through all of the different areas here. And so I'm going to go around back toward the tower and go ahead and walk through the cabanas section. Then we'll head to the ranchos and the casitas, just so you know what to expect if you're staying here. When you are booking a vacation at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort, it's important to know that the tower is its own special booking category. And then there are standard preferred water view rooms, et cetera, around the resort as well. And so if you're looking to stay in the tower, if you want to stay in the tower, you have to specifically book the tower. There are 4 bus stops around the resorts. And so the tower is bus station 1, the Casitas bus station 2, Ranchos bus station 3, and Cabanas bus station 4. Now what I found interesting is that we are staying in the Cabanas section, bus station 2, but seems to be the first stop. In most circumstances around the resort. And so we get on first at bus station 2 and it goes to the rest of the sections, tower last, and then heads on out. And each of the sections of the resort have a very distinct style, which I think is fun. Disney resorts are attractions in and of themselves. And that's one thing that I think keeps us coming back. I can spend an entire trip, I think, without really going into the parks much at all these days. Now, of course, we're spending lots of times in the park because we're here for the 50th anniversary, but we've got Hollywood Studios park reservations today, and I'm not even 100% sure I'll make it there. There's just so much else I'd like to see. And then of course we've got a dining reservation at 5 o'clock, going to relax a bit because the next couple of days are going to be long days on our feet all day. So this section over here has some lovely hammocks, some nice sand. It's got a completely different beachy feel than the Casitas. If you are looking for a nice place to come on over and relax, hang out in the hammocks, then this cabanas area might be where you might want to request to stay. Again, absolutely gorgeous, completely relaxing. And then the bus stop is just beyond that building. Now these are all just 2-level buildings. Some of them are taller. And so I will continue the walk around. And the nice thing about the large Disney resorts is that you're always able to, see something that'll help you with your wayfinding. There are maps. So for example, this map will give you an idea of what to expect and where you are. And then plenty of directional signs as well. So again, we took a walk through the middle of the resort. We came in through the tower, took a walk through the middle of the resort, checked out the main feature pool called the Dig Site Pool. Now we are walking through the cabanas section and toward the ranchos. And so again, if you're looking to get some exercise, nice walk or run, this is a resort with plenty of lovely running or walking path areas. And again, you've got the 4 bus stops, which is nice too. There are some resorts like Caribbean Beach where, if you're looking to get around the resort, you might prefer to take one of the internal shuttles. Coronado Springs doesn't necessarily have an internal shuttle. It doesn't need one. You are welcome to, take the buses around if you'd like, the park buses, but it's very easy to walk through the middle of this resort. And something that I find actually really interesting these days is that Coronado Springs tends to be, this is not always, but tends to be both the least expensive and the most expensive moderate resort. So the standard location rooms at Coronado Springs, the room that I'm staying in right now, in the casitas, lovely location, tends to be one of the least expensive rooms. Often it'll price out maybe $10 to even $15, $20 a night more than Pop Century or the Art of Animation Little Mermaid rooms, which are value resort rooms, especially if they're discounted, because moderate resorts usually have a little bit of a larger percentage discount. I should mention we are in the ranchos now, so you will see just a completely different feel to this space. But back to pricing, so then the tower rooms tend to be among the most expensive rooms at the moderate resorts here at Disney World. So you sort of get the best of both worlds. I just want to give you a feel for one of the quiet pool areas. So again, no pool slide. Just a nice, relaxing place to hang out. And again, you'll see the Rancho section has 3 floors. And so it's taller than the cabanas that only have 2. But yeah, again, a very distinct and different personality to this area of the resort. And boy, I'm going to get my steps in before we even go to the parks today. That's something else to keep in mind when planning, especially a Disney World vacation, is that you're going to spend a lot of time on your feet. If that's not a possibility, then it's wise to plan, potentially for a scooter or just a lot of rest time. I tend to be fairly active, but at the same time, I'm on my feet a whole lot more here than I ever am at home. And so, if we are here for more than, I'd say 3 or 4 days, because sometimes we'll take some short trips, but if we're here for more than 3 or 4 days, I need a day in the middle where I'm not planning to be in the parks quite as much, where we can just rest, relax, maybe go to the parks for a little bit, but not all day. And the hard thing for me is that we love to do so much here that we're always missing something. It's impossible to do everything in 1 trip or 2 trips or 10 trips. You're just not going to make it to everything. And so you really want to pick maybe your top 3, maybe 4 things that you want to see or do in a day, with one of those potentially being a dining reservation. And then the rest is just bonus from there. The tough part is when you've got a family and you come often enough, everyone's got their own different and sometimes very distinct items that they want to do. And if they don't overlap, then there's also this important thing called compromise, where not everyone gets to do everything that they want to do every day on every trip. Except for mom. No, just kidding. Even I compromise. So we are back around past the Ranchos section, walking on over to the casitas. And you'll see in front of us, of course, the Villa del Lago 3 Bridges Bar and Grill. And I am walking at, a decent clip right now. So it can take a good amount of time to get around the resort if you get lost. But the nice thing is, on the app, you always have access to a map of your resort. If you are driving, this is a great resort for plenty of parking near all of the room areas. We tend to use the Disney transportation almost exclusively. And that's always worked really well for us. And I want to say maybe the 35 trips we've taken to Disney World in the past 10 years or so, I can count on one hand the number of times where we've had difficulty with the Disney transportation. So, morning. So that's an exception, definitely not the rule. And usually when I fail to plan or we're running late, things will just take a little bit longer. There is that lovely tower again. It's so beautiful at night. I know I'm walking you around during the day because it's easier to see on video, but Disney World property shines literally at night. The lighting is thoughtful everywhere. The resorts, the parks, the foliage, greenery, everything is lit so nicely and again, distinctly to the character of the locations. And especially now with the 50th anniversary, the Disney World parks have some new and special lighting effects that they are started, I think, last night at least. Good morning. Oh, I saw, I think it's Mickey's Girls. I think I saw a quick chat there when I was looking around and not looking at my phone. Thanks for watching. And so I am going to walk around and through the casitas section with you here, just to give you a feel for what to expect even through the middle of some of these buildings. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much. When I'm on property, I try to live stream the resorts as much as possible. Parks are a little bit harder. They're so densely populated. And so I will stream in the parks from time to time if it's not a packed day. The other thing about Disney World property on a really busy day is that the internet service can be, a little bit hit or miss. And so I'd rather take video and upload video a little bit later so you can get to see things better than you would. Mickey's Girl says Coronado is one of our favorite resorts. It's stunning. And I'm walking around property here and I like to just talk about what I love about the resorts. But I spent some time reflecting now that we've stayed at just about every single Disney World resort. Old Key West is next on my list. So I have all the boxes checked, but there isn't a Disney resort that I wouldn't stay in again. There is something for everyone on property here. Just about every price point. And I mean, you have so many different personalities available. And so if you're looking for the brightly colored, really whimsical resorts, those are going to be your value resorts. The moderate resorts, again, very highly themed. They tend to be bigger resorts with the exception of Port Orleans French Quarter. Lots of pools. Distinctly themed with smaller Disney touches. And then, of course, the deluxe resorts, most of which have indoor hallways, more themed and, larger lobby areas, some of your signature restaurants. You just can't go wrong. So I just have to walk you through the middle of this section because I'm totally in love with the water features and just how peaceful it is. One thing that I do miss when I'm staying at a value or a moderate resort is that I really love to have a balcony or a patio to sit on, and only the deluxe resorts have a balcony or a patio here at Disney World. But at the same time, there are so many lovely seating areas at this resort that it's really easy to get out, to sit somewhere, to listen to the water features, just the running water, to grab a cup of coffee. Always doing work around property here. I'm gonna try to stay out of their way and go in this direction. And I'm going to come back around and eventually end in the tower here. So that you get a feel for what to expect. Morning. Just another lovely courtyard to sit in with your coffee. You know, my family tends to sleep in these days, and I don't have it in me. I don't have it. I can't. I would love to have the ability to sleep in, just doesn't happen. And so I'm usually up out. And so it was really nice just to be able to get out here, grab a lovely latte from the Barcelona coffee bar in the morning again, and drink some cocktails in the evening. And so over here is another entry area to the convention center. So if you're here for a convention, the Casitas is a nice, convenient area of the resort to request a stay. But we've got chess, there's some shuffleboard. Oh, and it smells good. I smell food. Getting hungry for mid-afternoon snack. And they're constantly cleaning. That's another thing about Disney World property, is they are constantly cleaning. Cleaning floorboards, baseboards, walkways, you name it. I'm gonna walk in the shade here a little bit just because it's getting warm out today. Again, I just walked around through this Casita section, but I could have gotten right to the front of it and walked straight over in this direction if I'd wanted to take the bridge. So the bridge and the tower, just a lovely addition to this resort. Again, you can't go wrong. There's something for everyone here. I would say though, I mean, if you're looking for a resort with a little bit more quote unquote nightlife, this would be the place. Not every resort has things that are open quite as late. Not every resort has quite as many places for cocktails and, lounges in the evenings. So this is a nice option. And again, if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, it really helps if you would bop that like button as well. And then if you want to be notified when we go live or post new content, then hit the bell icon. And as you're probably well aware, with YouTube, there is no cost to subscribe. If you hit that subscribe button, it just means that you'll get more information about the site. It also helps us to know how many folks are interested. And again, Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears, we are on many of the different social media channels. So we have a Facebook page. We also have a Facebook group. The page will post some information in, but the group is wonderful because we can interact a whole lot more, and you can post in there as well if you've got questions or just want to share your excitement and love of Disney or Universal and the resorts. But we're also on TikTok, Instagram, even a little bit on Twitter, though I don't really tweet. So that's my Catherine, who is the tweeter. There are some activities over here, but I don't want to linger because I know they've got some work to do. But this is where you can do activities like tie-dye. They've got pin trading in this space as well. And then here we are, back at the tower. Right inside again is that Barcelona lounge. But here's this lovely seating area that I was talking about in the beginning. Oh, if I could just share with you just how lovely the weather is. There's a breeze, it's not too humid. If you've ever been to Barcelona, I think all of this theming is very familiar. But so these mosaics here are very reminiscent of different Gaudi art through the city. So Barcelona is a city I absolutely love, and hope to get back to someday. But here you go. And just to come full circle, I will walk right on in. So you've got an idea of where we are. Again, keep an eye on the channel. I will be posting a video of our room, our standard room in the casitas section in the not so distant future. And then today we are moving on over to a tower room. So I will also post a video of our tower room. And here you are. And again, oh, you're just taken by the lovely scent. Need to figure out what this is and go ahead and get a candle of it because it's nice. Oh, Disney. They've got my number. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. Please let us know if there are ever locations that you are interested in seeing. I try to capture new and different locations on our trips to share with you. I'll book certain locations because people ask more about them. And it's fun for us. We like to stay at a lot of different resorts. And as always, please let us know if you'd like to book a trip. We are Mickey Travels and Let's Adventure travel agents. And so if you are looking to book a trip to Disney World, Disneyland Paris, Disney Cruise Line, what am I forgetting? Adventures by Disney, then check out Mickey Travels. And we are also able to book other destinations, us and our co-agents. I work specifically booking Universal Studios, but folks will book different cruise lines. They will also book sandals and beaches and lots of other destinations. So let us know if we can't assist you. If Catherine and I can't assist you with Wizarding Wands and Mickey Ears, we are happy to point you in the direction of just some of the most amazing people you'll ever meet to work with you to help plan a trip. So thanks again for walking around the resort with me. And this video will remain on YouTube. And so please do share with friends, family, on your different social media. If you're looking for more information about Disney World, Universal Studios, let us know. Hope that you have a very lovely day. And until next time, enjoy the journey. Bye-bye.